Relax. Relax. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, it's taking me to the place to pay for it, which is ridiculous. I don't even know what it is. I don't want to view payment plans. I want to see what they... This is so weird. I want to see, here's the policy info. Coverage info. Interesting, okay. Bodily injury, they're putting, okay, that's cool. Property damage liability. Understood. 2550, 25. What's this? PIP. Okay, that's good. Now why edit my coverage? This is where you can look at and make some edits. I'm a very safe driver, so why is it so expensive? And why did Michael get $200 cheaper? I don't understand. Few details. Relax, relax. You're just getting older and poor because you have to pay all this insurance. Okay, I can't make a decision right now, but I've done the legwork. So apparently, this, let me see the total. If you pay in full, $546 due today, and that's for 6 months times 2. Oh, okay, now we're getting there. That would be comparable to what Michael said. $546 to pay in full times 2, $1,092 minus $1,400 is Hartford, so I'd say $300. Is it worth switching for $300? I don't know. You have to figure that out. Okay, you've done all of your research. Congratulations. Let me just make a note. Geico. $500 deductible for both comprehensive and collision. Comprehensive and collision. Comprehensive and collision. Comprehensive collision. 500. So that would save you 300. Okay, so what was that again? Does that include tax? They do take credit or debit cards, but will there be a fee? You have to make sure. Let's see. 546.05. I'm not seeing a fee, which means you could put it on your 0% card, but you're going to pay it off in February anyway. It wouldn't make sense to put it on your Wells Fargo Reflect because that's new charges for next year, not this year. So it doesn't matter if you, I could put it on the previous credit card at 0% and then pay all of that off in February. So I'm not going to click the buttons right now, but why don't I go back to my budget? And if I put in, change this over here, is it Geico or Gecko? Geico, I think. Geico car insurance, because I don't really have to pay it till mid-December. And interesting, so rather than paying it in one payment, it's for a 6-month policy. So that's weird, actually. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of another, but you would essentially pay, you would carry 546, and actually that would be part of your next year's budget. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. Why can't I just pay the full 1 year? Okay, anyway. I will edit that a little bit later. So one thing down off of your list. So now you get obsessed over that for a little while. Next. Just practicing. Anyway, next. Okay, this is the condo association information for the meeting in December 17th. Limited proxy, so I have to sign this in pen, most likely. Even though I'm going to go to the meeting, it's in the clubhouse, which is awesome. Get to see everybody. Oh, it's going to be kind of sad, though. I'm sure people will be telling stories of how their place flooded. Yeah, it's going to be sad. Okay, so my name goes here. Application for excess 2024 assessments. Yes, I approve applying any excess to 2025. Date Print your name. My signature. Okay. The agenda, call to order, report of officers. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not on the board anymore. 2 years was enough of that. It's a lot of hard work. Okay, so this will go in this envelope. My return address. You have to put a stamp on it. They're so cheap they can't pay for our postage. Well, it would come out of our budget anyway. Oh, remember your lock? You're gonna join that gym, aren't you? Maybe? Yeah, that's the topic for another discussion. Knowing that my association fees went up by $50 now, I'm struggling with joining a gym. And in the years past, you were fitter when you weren't going to the gym. What's up with that? So you need to figure that out. Anyway. Okay, stamp. You know, you should probably tell your subscribers that the art to being frugal is to still have checks in a checkbook, which I know you don't write many checks, which is why this address on here, I'm ashamed to say, is from 23 years ago. That's a hoot. That's a hoot and a holler. Who has checks from like 20-some years ago? I do. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. So now, got your check on there. I mean your stamp on there. So this will be ready to go. Don't seal it yet. You'll take a picture of it first, because that's just what you do. All right. Oh my gosh, you have to get outside and start walking. Quit dawdling. All right, what else do you need to do? One more thing is, you know, one thing you have to figure out, which is not a high priority, obviously right now, not a high priority, is your company is moving you your 401k from Lincoln Financial to Fidelity. So you've determined that that's going to happen. And now you know that they're going to move you into, based on all this information from their little newsletter, that they're going to move your 2025 Vanguard Target Fund automatically into you even highlighted it in green. T. Rowe Price Retirement Hybrid 2025. I'm okay with that. You know why? You're going to move it anyway. What's interesting though, in your analysis, the expense ratio of that fund is 0.33 as opposed to 0.08 with your Vanguard fund. So that expense ratio, if an expense ratio is the amount that is charged within the fund to own the fund, and the lower the better. So 0.08, I think you take the balance times that number to get the annual amount that's charged to you. So if you kept it in the T. Rowe Price, it would be more expensive to have it there than in the Vanguard fund, but you can't keep it there anyway. They're going to be moving it to cash. They're going to sell high because we are at the height of the market right now, which is awesome. I would hate to have them be doing this if at the low of a market, right? Like in 2022, that would have been horrendous because the market was down. But regardless, it's going to go to T. Rowe Price. But it's short-lived because in February, you will then move that money into either staying with Fidelity, which you may do, and talk to them about moving it into some funds with Fidelity, and then bring your existing Vanguard money to Fidelity. Or you're going to take the T. Rowe Price, liquidate it, and have it go back to Vanguard. So that's the big decision. Do you want to stay with Vanguard, who you have loved all these years, and so many people love Vanguard in the financial independent community? Or do you want to go to Fidelity? Lots of people like Fidelity much better, if you do your research, which you did. And as you also know, Vanguard may be the way to go if you don't like to move all your money around a lot, which I don't. But that's a decision you have to make, but it's nothing pressing right now because you can move that money at any time. Also knowing that you're not going to be using those funds for a few years. You're going to be using short-term not short-term, but oh my goodness, what am I trying to say? Cash reserves in the first year especially. Okay, so I'm not sure. You need to think about that, Evan. But you did all this research, you read these, this is great. I'm perfectly fine with my company moving us to Fidelity because, again, it's going to be short-lived. All right, so there you go. That's what I wanted to accomplish before I get out there and start walking. So, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the wealthiest one of all? You are, and you had better start believing that. Okay. All right. Time to get out there and get your steps in.